Hello everyone, this is MJoe and I'm going to do a quick tutorial on starting World of Warcraft. So after you've installed all the games up to the point where if you've gotten any expansions, after you've installed all their discs or anything of that nature, you will come to a screen like this and you will finally be able to hit this play button. And notice on here it's got the setup available playable. This is downloading updates for the game that are not on the discs, and it looks like I am ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and hit play. So after you've done all that steps, you will be able to hit the play button, and you will be able to begin playing World of Warcraft. Now, if this is your first time, congratulations! You've just gotten one of the greatest games on the planet. So here we go. You're going to enter your battle.net email address for your account that you set up World of Warcraft on. And if you haven't done that yet, you might want to go there right now because you need to do that to be able to play. And you don't make a separate World of Warcraft account. You use your battle.net account to play World of Warcraft, and that goes for StarCraft 2 as well. You will use the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I believe I am on patch 4, and I don't know why it does that, but apparently I made a second account one time. It looks like I'm on patch 4.06, so that's okay. This is my realm right here. So look at my level 72 warlock. Alright, so what I'm going to do is now you're going to need to select a realm. So when you start, you're going to want to go to change realm, and here are all the different realms for World of Warcraft. Now, this says new players. This just means it's lower than low. That's all it means. It doesn't mean like everyone there is a noob. It doesn't mean that. It just means that there's less people than all these servers that are low. That's all it means. Now, the difference between normal, PvP, and can I find a PvE? There, RP. There we go. RP. Now, here's a little. You can read that while I'm saying this. Normal is where it's as its name describes. It's normal. You can run around. If you're in an enemy faction's area, they will be able to attack you. But if not, then they will not be able to attack you. I believe that is the set standard for the difference. PvP, you can attack. Once you see somebody on the opposing faction, you can straight up attack them really fast. Role-playing realm, you cannot at all. It's simply about role-playing, and usually most of the characters there role-play. Alright, so I'm going to choose Fizz Crank Normal for new players. And also you can go to Oceanic or Latin America if you really want to. So I'm going to pick my server there. I'm going to connect to it. Come on. Alright, okay, so now I'm here. This is the create a character screen, and as you can see, by holding down the mouse button you can turn your character. Alright, so on the left we have the Alliance characters, the humans, if he will load, the dwarves, the night elves, the gnomes. Okay, alright, you get it. You get the idea that you can go through all of them. Okay, so once you select them, they will do a little action that is opposed to their class. Okay, this is the button for male and female. And also, like, if you okay, let's see. Look, the Draenei looks like that, and then I go to Goblin and I mess with him. Oh, look, I'm messing with him. I'm messing with him. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I'm messing with him. And then I go back to Draenei. He'll still look the same. So you just know that you can go back to that later, and he'll still look the same. Alright, selecting a character. You're going to have to decide whether you want to be Alliance or Horde. There's basically no real difference except that people on the Alliance say Horde suck and the people on the Horde say Alliance suck. It's pretty much the difference between the two. And then you're going to want to select which race you are. Now, races, all different races have different bonuses, such as humans have increased spirit. And you can read these when you're in the game yourself. But different races are pretty much spec'd for different classes. Like night elves are more difficult to hit, so they're good at rogues. Dwarves, they have increased critical chance with guns, so they make alright hunters. It also depends on how you're gonna want to play. Like if you want to be a hunter and you want you to do a lot of damage with your gun, then you may want to be a dwarf because he has increased critical damage with your gun. And for example, gnomes, they have an increased mana pool, which means that they have a lot more mana. But they also have increased expertise with daggers and small swords. So it depends on whether you want increased mana pool, for example, or you want increased spirit with your human. Increased spirit, by the way, is mana regeneration. just to let you guys know. Okay, so then you have all these different classes. Warriors are heavy armor. They start out with mail, and at level 40 you can get plate. They have a role of tank and damage, depending on how you spec with them. They are pretty much the main fighting class of the game. Paladins are one of the 2 hybrid classes of the game. They can be a tank, a healer, or damage, depending on how you spec. So pretty much they're warriors with healing capabilities. Hunters, they are basically for damage. They wear leather, and at level 40 they can wear mail. They use long-range weapons, such as this crossbow that this human is wearing here. I like my blood elf, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to go through with a blood elf. He uses a bow, see? And you use a pet. In the background, you can see my pet over there. And you use the pet to attack from a distance, and they have... most of their abilities are with their ranged weapon, and things of that nature. So that's a hunter for you. Rogues, you can go invisible, you can instantly dual wield, and these are the damage class. They do a lot of crit. They do a lot of right off the bat damage, especially when you can sneak around someone and kind of backstab them. There's an ability called backstab if you're new to the game. But rogues are pretty cool, and they can also pick locks. And they use energy as a resource. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Warriors use rage as a resource, which builds up as you attack someone. Paladins use mana, which depletes as you use it and then slowly regenerates. Hunters use focus, and focus is like rage, sort of, except you get it when you're out of combat. Alright, priests. They are one of the main healing classes of the game, but you can also be a damage priest if you spec shadow. And they wear cloth. This is the first casting class that I've told you about. Healers, priests, they heal really well. They use mana. And yes, they're priests. What else would a priest be? Alright, Death Knight. These are one of the new classes with Wrath of the Lich King. You need to have a level 55 character to be able to play them, and they can either tank or do damage, and you immediately start out being able to wear plate, and depending on how you spec, you either tank, do damage with a two-handed weapon, or do damage with a or dual wield. So there's that for you. I don't think they cannot have shields. They cannot have shields, and they use runic power based on their runes that they have. Alright, let's go to a class that can be a shaman. Shamans are the second hybrid class because they can be a healer and damage. Shamans use shields, which is very strange, but they drop totems and they go on the powers of the elements to be able to cast spells and things of that nature. They're a pretty good class. They're pretty cool. Mages use mana to cast straight up fire, ice spells, and arcane spells. They can conjure food and water, which is pretty cool, and they can polymorph enemies, such as like turning them into sheep. That's pretty cool. So that's a good casting class, but they are very weak. They're probably one of the easiest classes to kill. Warlocks are another good damage class. Most of their spells are DOTs, damage over time. They cast spells and they do damage over time. And they have a little minion right here, as you can see the little imp in the background. And you can get a lot more over time based on how you're spec'd and things of that nature. But Warlock's pretty cool, but they use DOTs. Like you cast it, it's for example, you'll cast a spell instantly on someone, and then over a period of like 20 seconds, you'll have done damage. So they're good for fighting more than one people because you can cast something on someone and then kind of not worry about them. Druids are one of the last hybrid classes. I said two. There's actually three. Druids can tank, heal, or damage because druids can change into all different kinds of animals. And depending on the animal you are, so for example, if you turn into a bear, you're a good tank. Or if you turn into a cat, you're a good rogue. And there's also to turn into a tree where you're a good healer. But druids are pretty fun, but you could shapeshift into all different kinds of animals. So yeah. So that's deciding on your character, and then, by the way, you have to create a name, which, by the way, your name cannot contain letters, numbers, spaces, and cannot have, like let's say I did J-O-O-O. You can't have three letters of the same repeating. So that's that for you. Thank you for watching this video on how to create a World of Warcraft character. Next time, I will create a character. Actually, let's do that right now. I'm gonna create. Let's see. What should I create here? Well, we'll do it. We'll do it again. We'll do it later. All right. Okay. Well, that's the tutorial on how to build a character in World of Warcraft. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Thanks a lot for watching this. Bye.